Today, we're taking a nostalgic trip down memory lane as we revisit the beloved cast of Crocodile Dundee, the iconic Australian adventure comedy film released in 1986 and 1988. Join us as we catch up with the cast then and now in 2024. Get ready to reminisce and discover where the stars of this classic film are today. So grab your hats and get ready for a wild ride. Paul Hogan as Mick Crocodile Dundee. Crocodile Dundee owes its existence to the vision of its lead actor and primary writer, Paul Hogan. The concept for Dundee was born during Hogan's visit to New York City, where he pondered how a rugged Australian bushman would navigate the urban jungle. Hogan once remarked, "He's a mythical outback Australian who embodies aspects of reality, the pioneer who traverses the wilderness, handling snakes, living off the land, adept at riding horses and felling trees, all while maintaining a simple, amiable, laid-back demeanor. It mirrors the American perception of us, so why not embrace it?" Paul Hogan, an Australian comedian and actor, rose to prominence primarily for his portrayal of Crocodile Dundee, since concluding his role as Dundee in the original film trilogy, culminating with 2001's Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. Hogan has continued to grace the screen in diverse roles. Among his recent credits are Vince Hopgood in Strange Bedfellows, Charlie in Charlie and Boots, and a fictionalized version of himself in That's Not My Dog. Hogan also headlined the Australian meta-comedy The Very Excellent Mr. Dundee, where he portrays a caricatured version of himself, striving to redeem his reputation before a knighthood ceremony. The film boasts an ensemble cast, including Chevy Chase, John Cleese, Wayne Knight, and Olivia Newton. John Melan as Walter Riley, Michael J. Crocodile Dundee isn't the sole rugged Australian character in Crocodile Dundee, as these movies also feature actor John Melan portraying his friend and business partner, Walter "Wally" Riley. Wally makes his debut early in the first film when Sue encounters him at a local pub upon her arrival in the Northern Territory of Australia, adding to the vibrant personalities of the Australian outback showcased in the Crocodile Dundee series. John Melan's acting career extended far beyond his portrayal of Wally Riley, encompassing various roles in the Australian New Wave cinema of the 1970s and 1980s. Melan enjoyed a prolific career spanning 3 decades, commencing with his inaugural role in On the Beach in 1959. Before achieving widespread acclaim in the Crocodile Dundee franchise, he earned recognition as a distinguished character actor in independent films such as Wake in Fright, Walkabout, and The Cars That Ate Paris. Sadly, John Melan succumbed to cirrhosis of the liver in 1989 at the age of 55, with his appearance in Crocodile Dundee 2 the preceding year marking his final role. Reflecting on Melan's approach to his craft, his close friend Bill Gardner, in an interview with the Associated Press following Melan's passing, emphasized his discerning nature when selecting acting roles driven by a commitment to quality over financial gain. Gardner remarked, "He was exceptionally particular about the roles he accepted. He turned down many because he felt they didn't meet his standards, with money never being a motivating factor." Steve Rackman as Donk. Recall that sizable fellow from Crocodile Dundee? Surely you remember Donk. He's quite memorable, isn't he? This hefty character was portrayed by none other than Australian professional wrestler-turned-actor Steve Rackman, who brought life to the role in Crocodile Dundee, Crocodile Dundee 2, and Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. Apart from his endearing portrayal as Donk, Rackman was a prominent figure on the Australian wrestling circuit, grappling under the moniker of Steve "Crusher" Rackman, alongside renowned wrestlers like Andre the Giant before transitioning to acting. Some of his notable acting credits include Carl in The Last of the Knucklemen, Alf in Turkey Shoot, Bodo in The Fighter, and Samchin in The Blood of Heroes. In recent years, most reports indicate that Rackman stepped away from both wrestling and acting to establish a chain of fitness centers in Australia, ultimately selling them in 2010 to embark on retirement. Terry Gil as Duffy. Gil portrayed a character in Crocodile Dundee as the head of a team of kangaroo hunters whom Dundee, Paul Hogan, confronts in the Walkabout Creek Hotel bar, cleverly using a deceased kangaroo as a shield to retaliate against the hunters and intimidate them. In addition to his role in Crocodile Dundee, Gil was a recurring figure in the women's penitentiary series Prisoner, embodying the character of Det, Jack Grace, and he also held a regular position as Sergeant Jack Carruthers in The Flying Doctors. Furthermore, he assumed another recurring character, Superintendent Clive Adamson, in Blue Heelers, and made a guest appearance on Neighbors. For an impressive 27 years, Gil delighted audiences as Santa Claus on the annual Carols by Candlelight program on Australian television, often sharing the stage with beloved children's entertainers High Five and Australian TV legend Humphrey B. Bear. Alongside his wife Carol Ann, Gil managed the Tivoli Theatre Restaurant in Melbourne for many years, organizing pantomimes and theatrical productions featuring numerous renowned Australian artists. Gil and his spouse, Carol Anne Gil, née Eilert, were married for 52 years until his passing. They were blessed with 2 children. In late 2014, he experienced a minor stroke. Sadly, after battling lung cancer, he passed away in the Richmond area of Inner Melbourne on February 25, 2015. David Gulpilil as Neville Bell. For a movie centered on the Australian outback, it's wonderful to witness Indigenous Australian representation through actor David Gulpilil, who portrayed Neville Nev Bell in the initial installment of Crocodile Dundee. Nev is an Aboriginal character encountered by both Dundee and Sioux in the Australian wilderness as they acquaint themselves with the surroundings. Initially appearing potentially hostile, it's eventually revealed that Nev and Dundee share a close friendship, despite Dundee's ill-conceived joke involving a knife. As an Aboriginal performer, David Gulpilil enjoyed a remarkable career in the entertainment industry, often depicting characters of Aboriginal heritage in mainstream films. Beyond his role in Crocodile Dundee, Gulpilil's notable performances include Chris Lee in Peter Weir's acclaimed The Last Wave, the Tracker in The Tracker, Moodoo in Rabbit-Proof Fence, and Charlie in Charlie's Country. His outstanding contributions earned him numerous awards, including accolades from the AACTA, Cannes Film Festival, and Inside Film. Additionally, Gulpilil made significant strides in television, appearing in notable series such as The Outsiders, The Timeless Land, and HBO's The Leftovers as Christopher Sunday. Regrettably, Gulpilil succumbed to cancer in 2021 at the age of 68, with his final on-screen appearance being in a documentary titled My Name is Gulpilil, Jerry Skilton as Nugget. Jerry Skilton, renowned for his portrayal of the character Nugget in the entire trilogy of Crocodile Dundee films, Crocodile Dundee 2, and Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. With the blessing of Paul Hogan, he revisited the role in 2010 for a proposed reality series titled Nugget Gets a Life, focused on outback adventures. Skilton independently funded the project and aimed to secure a network deal. In addition to his iconic role as Nugget, Skilton appeared as Wayne Churchill in the 1986 Australian miniseries Cyclone Tracy, Corporal Andy Crilly, the ship's cook, in the 1989 British-Australian miniseries The Heroes, and Reggie Muddle in the 1996 Australian film Mr. Reliable. Mark Blum as Richard Mason. Mark Blum was a highly accomplished actor who carved out a thriving career in cinema, television, and theater. He entered the realm of the Crocodile Dundee universe with his portrayal of Newsday editor Richard Mason, initially depicted as the romantic partner of Sue Charlton. Blum tackled the challenging role of the film's antagonist, portraying a self-absorbed, egotistic, and generally unpleasant character whom Charlton ultimately rejects in favor of Mick Dundee by the story's conclusion. Nonetheless, Blum delivered a remarkable performance that convincingly portrayed his character's unpleasant demeanor. Throughout his career, Mark Blum achieved rapid success, notably for his role as Gary Glass in the 1985 drama Desperately Seeking Susan, where he starred alongside Rosanna Arquette and Madonna. Beyond his involvement in Crocodile Dundee, Blum continued to excel in various television shows and films, including Frasier, Coin Heist, Succession, and Mozart in the Jungle. His stage performance as Al in the Playwrights Horizons production of Gus and Al earned him critical acclaim and an Obie Award. Tragically, Mark Blum passed away in 2020 from complications related to COVID-19 at the age of 69. Reginald VelJohnson as Gus. Reginald VelJohnson established an impressive list of credits early in his acting career, landing significant roles in some of the most prominent films and television shows of that time. VelJohnson gained recognition for his portrayal of jovial yet well-intentioned law enforcement officers during this period, notably appearing as one in the 1984 comedy blockbuster Ghostbusters. While he didn't portray a police officer in Crocodile Dundee, he instead depicted the amiable character of Gus, who worked in New York City while striking up a friendship with Mick. Apart from his brief appearances in those films, Reginald VelJohnson is most notably recognized for his role as Estal Powell in the inaugural Die Hard movie alongside Bruce Willis. Powell, a streetwise cop, quickly becomes aware of the dire situation unfolding inside Nakatomi Plaza and forms a bond with Willis's character, John McClane, over the phone as McClane navigates through the building besieged by terrorists. This breakthrough role propelled VelJohnson's career and led to his pivotal role as Carl Winslow in the ABC sitcom Family Matters, where he starred alongside Jaleel White as Steve Urkel. VelJohnson's extensive list of credits also includes reprising the role of Powell in Die Hard 2, as well as appearances in Turner and Hooch, Lazar Wolf, Invincible, Ray Donovan, and even the very excellent Mr. Dundee. Stephen Root as DEA agent. Root made his debut in the 1988 movie Crocodile Dundee 2, portraying a DEA agent. That same year, he starred in the psychological horror film Monkey Shines as Dean Burbage. He has a brief cameo in the 1990 film Ghost. Root embarked on his theatrical journey in 1980, commencing his Broadway career with the production Journey's End, where he portrayed Second Lieutenant Trotter. Additionally, he appeared in All My Sons as Frank Luby and portrayed John in the 2015 play Marjorie Prime. In HBO's True Blood series, Root played Eddie, a vampire. He had a recurring role in the second season of Pushing Daisies on ABC, embodying the enigmatic Dwight Dixon. Root appeared as Johnny Forials, the originator of the phrase "booyah" in Kangamangas, an episode of the Sarah Silverman program on Comedy Central. Root tied the knot with Laura Joan Hayes in 1984, and they welcomed a son named Cody. Their marriage ended in August 1997. He married actress Romy Rosemont on December 14, 2008. They shared the screen in various television series such as Fringe and Masters of Sex. Although they were set to appear together in the 2011 horror flick Red State, Rosemont had to withdraw due to a scheduling conflict with Glee. Luis Guzman as Jose. You might be surprised to learn that an actor as recognizable as Luis Guzman had a role in a Crocodile Dundee film. But it's true. He appeared in the 1988 movie Crocodile Dundee 2 as Carlos, a menacing member of a drug cartel who faces off against Dundee's boomerang throwing skills. Although his role in Crocodile Dundee II was relatively small, Luis Guzman quickly made a name for himself in the entertainment industry. After his portrayal of Carlos, he continued to land roles throughout the late 80s and early 90s until he gained significant recognition with his breakout role in Paul Thomas Anderson's acclaimed 1997 film Boogie Nights. In the movie, he portrayed Manuel M.M. Rodriguez, a nightclub owner in Los Angeles who aspires to become a porn star in films produced by Jack Horner, portrayed by Burt Reynolds. Following this success, Guzman's career skyrocketed with appearances in Magnolia, Traffic, Punch Drunk Love, Out of Sight, Community, Oz, Code Black, and Shameless, among others. Most recently, Guzman has taken on the role of Gomez Addams, the patriarch of the Addams family in the popular Netflix series Wednesday. Charles S. Dutton as Leroy Brown. Making his debut in Crocodile Dundee 2, actor Charles S. Dutton secured a notable role in the sequel as Mick Dundee's laid-back supervisor, known as Leroy Brown, who holds a reputation as a formidable figure within New York City's urban community. His authoritative position over the out-of-place crocodile hunter helps propel the main storyline of the movie as he facilitates Dundee's interaction with a local street gang following Sue's abduction by a drug syndicate. Although Dutton's screen time is limited beyond the initial act, his character remains pivotal in advancing the overarching, action-driven narrative. Charles S. Dutton is a revered performer and filmmaker with extensive experience in both cinema and television. His portrayal in Crocodile Dundee 2 marked one of his early significant film roles, yet it served as a precursor to a distinguished career that included portrayals such as Dylan in Alien 3, Fortune in Rudy, Sheriff Ozzie Walls in A Time to Kill, and Percy Walker in Legion, among numerous others. Dutton's compelling performance in Alien 3 garnered him a Saturn Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor, although the award ultimately went to Robin Williams for his role in Aladdin. Additionally, Dutton achieved acclaim on television with roles in series like Rock and The Piano Lesson, earning him a Golden Globe nomination. Presently, Charles S. Dutton appears to have retired from acting, with his final credited role being as Freddie James in the 2015 film Carter High. Kenneth Welsh as Brannigan. Kenneth Welsh portrayed Brannigan in the movie. Welsh has depicted historical figures such as Thomas E. Dewey, Colin Thatcher, Harry S. Truman on 2 occasions, Thomas Edison, James Scotty Reston, General Harry Crerar, and James Baker. He made cameo appearances on the acclaimed television series Due South and Slings and Arrows. He earned nominations for Best Actor twice at the Genie Awards, being recognized at the 6th Genie Awards in 1985 for his role as Reno Colt in the film Reno and the Doc, and at the 8th Genie Awards in 1987 for his portrayal of David Sutton in Loyalties. Additionally, he received nominations for Best Supporting Actor twice at the Genie Awards, being nominated at the 5th Genie Awards in 1984 for Tell Me That You Love Me and winning the award at the 16th Genie Awards in 1996 for Margaret's Museum. Welsh recently wed Lynn McIlvride in a ceremony at his residence near Toronto. Ken underwent baptism by Anglican priest Reverend Ruth Ann Ward at his residence during the final months of his life. He was also a devotee of American spiritual teacher Adi Da, who emphasized spiritual enlightenment. Welsh narrated Da's 2000 audiobook, What, Where, When, How, Why, and Who to Remember to Be Happy. Linda Kozlowski as Sue Charlton. Starring alongside Paul Hogan in Crocodile Dundee was none other than Linda Kozlowski, who portrayed the character of Newsday journalist Sue Charlton, dispatched to interview Michael J. Crocodile Dundee in Northern Australia. As the storyline progresses, the two unlikely companions forge a budding romance as Sue comes to the realization that her current partner isn't the right fit for her when compared to this rugged outback man. Kozlowski reprised her role as Sue Charlton for Crocodile Dundee 2 in 1988, and, intriguingly, the two co-stars became an off-screen couple during the filming of the sequel. Unfortunately, Kozlowski and Hogan's marriage ended in 2014 due to the timeless issue of irreconcilable differences. Although she is predominantly recognized for her roles in the Crocodile Dundee movies, Kozlowski has also made appearances in other noteworthy projects over the years. Following her breakthrough performance in 1988's Crocodile Dundee, Kozlowski took on roles such as Claire in Pass the Ammo and Rose Garner in Almost an Angel. She continued to secure roles in independent films such as 1993's The Neighbor, 1994's Backstreet Justice, and John Carpenter's 1995 horror flick Village of the Damned. Ultimately, Kozlowski's cinematic legacy is forever linked to her initial major opportunity, as her most recent film appearance was in 2001's Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. Reflecting on her decision to distance herself from the acting industry, Kozlowski candidly discussed her reasons in an interview with the Herald Journal in 2001. She stated, "These direct-to-video, low-quality films I was offered were causing me immense stress, mainly because I was the only one on set who cared about anything. Between that and my biological clock, I decided to walk away from it all. While we bid farewell to this beloved franchise and its cast, we're reminded of the laughter, excitement, and joy they brought to audiences around the world. And to all our viewers, thank you for joining us on this nostalgic trip. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Until next time, farewell, and thanks for the memories.